Right now, do you feel comfortable getting married? With inflation, the economy right now, dating is monetized, dating is transactional. A man's value is based on how much money he makes in the dating scene. Do you feel like you are ready to get married? Do you want to take that chance on somebody? You could be doing your best to make this marriage work. You find someone you love, you get married, and you're doing everything you can to make this marriage work. You're working extra hours. Sometimes you're working 12 hours a day just to make sure the bills are paid. But she hits you up out of the blue, and she's like, I'm not happy. We're not traveling enough. My marriage is boring. You're never home. You have to work. You got to pay bills. But marriages can end just like that. Just like that, they can just end. Do you feel comfortable taking that risk right now? You work so hard to become successful. You work so hard to stack all that money. And then boom, out of the blue, she hits you with this, I'm not happy. I want a divorce. You're trying to do what you can to make the marriage work. Like, can we go to counseling? Let me do what I can as a husband to make the marriage work, and still no, she ain't having it. She's mentally checked out. She fell out of love with you. She doesn't want to work on the marriage. Who knows? She may have another dude she's dealing with. She sees the reward that she can get from divorcing you. Alimony, child support. You're doing everything you can to pay all these bills, working to death, living paycheck to paycheck. And now you got to go through a divorce, pay all these legal fees. You got to move out of the house. Even though the house is in both your names, the cops come, you got to move out the house because she doesn't feel safe. She needs to be by herself. Where are you going to go? You may have to go home with your parents. You may live in your car. Some men go through that when they go through a divorce. They become homeless. They live in their car. They got to put their pride aside and move back in with their parents. Divorce is tough on men. It's crazy because when people go through a divorce, they never ask how the man is doing. They always assume it's the man's fault. It's all about the woman. Let's make sure she's okay. Man, he's a man. He can handle it on his own. He can take care of himself. He's going to be just fine. He's a man. He needs a man up. That ain't fair. And men are realizing that. They said, screw it. I'd rather not just get married. I'd rather just focus on myself, stack this money, and be by myself. The dating market is trash. There ain't no such thing as the one. Some men have given up on trying to find the one. The good women, they're mainly taken. And you have people out there who are good people. You have men who are good men, women who are good women, but they're never going to meet each other because they're meeting the wrong people. Can you blame a man who goes through a divorce and he doesn't want to ever get married again? I don't blame him. Look at all that money he lost. He did the best he can to make that marriage work, and still it was not enough. Women are fickle. You may be in denial right now saying, my wife, that would never happen to me. That would never happen to me. My wife would never do that to me. I got her on lock. You don't know how this woman's going to be 5 to 10 years from now. She may fall out of love with you. She may feel like, listen, I've been with you for all this time and you ain't really doing nothing for me. I feel like I can get something better. Let me see what's out there. I got my homegirls. They've been single forever. They're making it seem like dating is fun right now. Let me go out to the streets real quick. See what's up. Don't ever put all your faith in a woman. Do not ever put a woman on a pedestal. Don't ever even put your girlfriend on a pedestal, man. Women are fickle. They could change just like that. Divorce is tough. A lot of men go through that. And they never take the time to see how that man is doing. He has to handle this all on his own. He's homeless. He had to move back in with his parents. He can't really see his kids as much because his wife is using the kids against him. He can't see his kids. He wants to be an active father, but his ex-wife is not letting him. Do you feel comfortable right now taking a chance on marriage right now it's about to be 2026. The economy is crap. There's a mass layoffs going on every month. You're seeing people's true colors. When people lose jobs and stuff, you see if their woman is really with them for them. When you leave with your wallet, you start paying off everything, paying for bills, spoiling these women. When you lose your job and you lose that money, she's gonna be gone. You're gonna see your true colors. Marriages don't last anymore like how they were back in the day. Marriages don't last 10, 15, 20 years anymore. When some people go through a rough patch, their woman is gone. Like, do you feel comfortable right now with the mass layoffs going on? People feel like there's no job security. The dating market is transactional. It's monetized. You're trying to get to know someone, but she's not over her ex. She's over here sizing you up, seeing how much money you make. What do you do for a living? Okay. You're making a decent amount of income. Okay. Now I see a future with you. She's putting up this front. She's trying to be on her best behavior when she meets you because she's trying to get that ring. She wants to be tied down. She's in her 30s right now. She's ready to be tied down. She wants you to wife her up, even though she gave her best years to these guys who ain't never cared about her. She overlooked all these good dudes who really loved her for her, who really liked her, and she overlooked them. She so-called wanted the bad boy. She wanted some drama in her life. She got too bored with the good guy. Now she's panicking right now in her early 30s. She wants to be settled down right now. She wants to be with somebody ASAP. I'm ready to get married right now. I'm tired of being in these streets. Do you want to take a chance on a woman like that? You gonna marry her, yeah? Okay, you're gonna marry her. Then 5-6 years, she gonna divorce you, take half your income. Then you're gonna be stuck broke. How the hell did I get here? I love this woman. I thought this woman was the one, and she just flipped. She just changed on me. She fell out of love with me. People think relationships are going to be exciting 24/7. That ain't the real world. You're going to go through some rough patches. You're going to go through your ups and downs. Marriages aren't perfect. Relationships are not perfect. But do you want to take a chance on marriage right now? You're taking a chance on where you can lose half of your income or majority of it. No retirement. You can lose your 401k. You got to pay all these fees in a divorce. Divorce is expensive. Think long and hard. You got to vet these women, man. Don't believe that bull crap about if a man really loved me, he would marry me within the year. Hell no. You got to take your time, get to know these people. I would test these women. If you really want to get married, I would test these women to see if they're going to pass these tests. Let's read this story about what this dude is going through in a divorce. Think long and hard about this, man, if y'all want to get married. Let's read it. Lawyer told me in a divorce I'll be financially wrecked. Wife is emotionally gone. Any dad survive getting hit with this reality? I'm a 46-year-old dad in California with 3 kids and 13 years married. My wife is completely emotionally shut down right now. Not yelling, not fighting. She's just gone. She sleeps separately, avoids any emotional conversation, and only communicates about logistics with the kids. I suggested couples therapy and she didn't even respond. Out of fear, I talked to a lawyer to understand where I stand, and I got the full worst case California courtroom rundown. Guideline child support, potential spousal support, legal fees, division of assets. You have no leverage if it goes to court. Basically, if this turns into a California courtroom divorce, I'm financially done. Homeless or worse. That's the honest truth. I earn more, I carry the debt, and I'm the provider. I'm not some guy trying to run from child support. I love my kids and I take care of them. But hearing what the court could do to me financially felt like getting hit by a truck. I literally walked out of that meeting thinking, if it gets that far, I have no choice. I can't afford this. I can't survive that. She just shut down emotionally and acting like we can coexist as strangers indefinitely. So I'm sitting here feeling like I'm the only one trying. I'm carrying all the emotional weight. I might get financially wiped out if this goes legal. And I have no idea how guys survive this level of uncertainty. I'm asking other men, dang, this is tough. This is tough. And I'm reading the comments. It says she's already plotting, looking for any large transactions that could be associated with a retainer fee. Wow. This is, this man is about to lose everything in a divorce. He's about to lose everything. He's about to be broke. He's doing what he can to make the marriage work, and still she ain't trying to hear it. But I think she's mentally checked out. She's probably seeing somebody. She's got somebody on the side that she's seeing. She wants to see if the grass is greener on the other side. This man is about to lose everything. He's going to be completely broke. He's going to have to start his life all over again. He's been married to that woman for over 10 years and she wants to call quits. But in California, if you're married for 10 years, I think you get, I don't know if they changed it, but don't quote me, but I think you may get alimony for forever. In the state of California, if you've been married for over 10 years, I don't know if that's changed, but it's California. So family court is kind of screwed out there when it comes to what men can get out of it. They don't really get nothing. If you have a penis and you're going into family court, you're going to lose. That's what most divorce lawyers tell these men. And this guy's about to lose everything. But that's the risk he took. He loved this woman. He thought that this woman was the one. He saw a future with her. He did the best he can to become successful and provide for his family. He lives in California. You got to make money. You can't be broke and struggling in California and you got to have a family to take care of. No. He did the right thing on his part. He was the best husband he can be. He tried to make it work, but still she ain't trying to hear it. This man is about to lose a lot of money in this divorce. It's the marriage is over. The marriage is over. And it's sad because a lot of men go through this. So, shoot, I'm looking at the comments again. Yeah, she's not emotionally gone. She is plotting and she will strike like lightning. Be ready. She will not care how ruined you are, so don't expect her to be amicable. Yeah. Best way is to keep things calm and settle the divorce non-contested. Most divorces are settled out of court anyway. Don't buy the hype that you have to go to court and have to be some dramatic ordeal. Wow, this guy even said, he said, I went through a divorce in California and I am financially ruined. I'm a financial slave right now. That's what most men are going to go through, man. That's what most men are going to go through when they go through a divorce. Women are fickle. When you marry a woman, she's not going to be the same person she was 5-10 years from now. She's probably ready to get out of this marriage. She's mentally checked out. She doesn't want to hear anything this guy has to say, which is screwed up. Do you feel comfortable getting married right now? A lot of you guys, we have this hope strategy when it comes to dating and marriage. I hope this woman's going to accept me at my worst. I hope that this woman's going to love me even though I'm broke. I don't got nothing to give to the relationship. But when I do become successful, I hope she's still going to be there with me. I hope she's going to be my ride or die. Most women today are not no ride or die. The economy is kicking everybody's butt. You think women want to be on some struggle love stuff? No. They want their men to have their finances together. And then they're going to start plotting. I'm with this guy. He got all this money. I don't really like him, but I can tell he's a simp. He don't get that much sex from other women. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to act like women are the best actresses. They can sit there and act like they love you. You having sex with her. She can act like, oh, this is the best sex she's ever had. Women are great actresses. She'll act like she loves you, but deep down, she's probably plotting. How much money can I get from this idiot? He don't have no clue what I'm plotting. Every time he goes to work, he don't know I got some dude coming into the house or I'm going to his house. Women plot. Don't ever put your faith in a woman. Women can change just like that. You have a better chance of winning a scratch off than finding a good woman to settle down with. You're in your 30s, you're trying to date. Let's say you're in your 30s or even 40s. You're trying to date. Most people are damaged in that age range from 30 to 40. They're damaged from their past relationships and they're going to put it out on you. They ain't fully healed from their relationship and they're going to put it out all on you. Even though you're not the cause of what she went through. She picked the wrong dude to take seriously. And now she's looking at you as the cleanup man. even though she's still in love with her ex, but she's just going to use you as a distraction. Think long and hard if you want to get married, man. Not most men get out of divorces. Most of them don't get out of a divorce with all their money. You're going to have to pay something to get this woman out of your life. And still, she ain't going to be out of your life because you're kind of stuck to her. You're paying alimony and child support. Those kids you have, they remind you of her. Y'all got kids together. Think long and hard about this, man. Think long and hard about if you want to get married. Is it worth it in 2026? About to be 2026. Is it worth it to put all your faith in a woman who can just change up on you just like that? I get it. It gets lonely sometimes when you're single, but shit. Are you stacking all this money by yourself? You ain't wasting no money on no woman. You're at peace with being by yourself. You got peace, freedom to do whatever the hell you want to do. Think long and hard. Let's watch these videos.
Divorce cost me? Well, this is a fantastic question. There's direct and there's indirect costs. Direct costs, I lost $106,000 out of my 401k retirement plan I spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half the equity in the home, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cash, and savings that I also spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half of all the non-liquid assets like furniture, household goods, electronics, cars. Keep in mind, I paid for all of these. And this is in addition to financially supporting her and her/our daughter for 17 years, which is many hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm now broke, live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and have a negative net worth for the first time since I was, 25. Indirect costs: my job, my sobriety, my self-worth, my masculinity, my hope for the future, my ability to trust women again, my belief in God, my pride, my motivation, my physical health. I don't know, let's just say everything.
But I really just had to pull the fuck over.
This dude lost everything in a divorce. He was living in a nice house with his wife and kids. Now he's living in a 2-bedroom apartment by himself. He ain't probably going to be able to retire. All the money he spent on this divorce, he's probably paying alimony, child support. Well, she's 17, who knows, but it depends. But this man lost everything, and I don't blame him. Would you trust a woman if you lost everything in a divorce? Your guard's going to be up. It's not going to be that easy for you to trust women, and I don't blame these guys. And don't let women shame these men. A lot of these women shame, like, who hurt you? This dude went through a freaking divorce. Men lose everything in a divorce, but women gain so much. You can take that chance if you want to when it comes to marriage, but it is a risk. And is that a risk you're willing to take?
I'm at work on the fucking semi truck. Why the fuck I had divorce court today and my wife is telling me the whole time that, oh, you don't gotta go to court. I'm gonna make sure everything good. I'm not gonna get you for nothing. I just need to bring my sister for, what the fuck she say, for a witness or some shit. Bro, motherfucker just called me talking about, bro, they just granted this bitch half of every fucking thing, my savings account. I'm thinking she like see your social security number. She talking about because they making me put you on child support. Which I'm like, you can just take me off, it's cool. But, bro, the bitch put me on child support, fucking alimony. Took half of my savings account. Bro,
this was a setup. She knew what she was doing. She knew that she was going to go for alimony. She knew she was going to go for child support. This woman was plotting on this dude. This dude was probably a good dude. He's a truck driver. Those are long hours you are working. She knew what she was doing. And I think she was plotting on this dude. She knew that she can get some money when it comes to alimony and child support. And she knew that she knew he probably had a lot of savings. Women do this, man. Women use divorce as a retirement plan. I'm telling you, man. I'm pretty sure she wasn't working as much as this dude.
the safe that I kept at her house, basically I had to give her the combination to this shit court fucking ordered. Bro, this bitch just took me up top, bro.
I married, this dude had a safe at the house. And she's going to get all that money that was in that safe. I don't know how the hell that worked in court for her to get that, but if they were in a house, if his name was not on that house, then I think that's what plays into that. But man, when you get married, man, both y'all names gotta be on everything. But he wasn't explaining that much. But that's crazy. That's crazy that he got to give her all that money that's in that safe. Alimony, child support, half of his savings, and the money that's in that safe. This dude's gonna be dead broke. Dead broke. He's probably not gonna have enough money to support himself. And this is how men become homeless.
And I had 4 stepchildren, and I was working oil field construction, making about $28.40 an hour. Bought a motor home, bought a house, bought a fixer-upper house, all the stuff, And I worked, literally 7 days a week, 24/7. Try to keep my wife happy.
This dude works 7 days a week, to try to make his wife happy. Men do so much in a marriage to make it work, and still it's not enough. You're working 7, you have no rest days, man.
And take care of my stepchildren. And after about 10 years, she decided she wasn't happy. She wanted to leave, and she left the children with me. And after a couple weeks, I said, you need to take them with you, By that time, she'd already drawn her money out of the bank, hired a lawyer, and then I got served with papers to vacate my house within 10 days. The sheriffs came out, and within that 10 days, and told me I'd have to pack up my stuff and leave. And I started loading up my stereo system and things like that. And I said, no, only your personal effects. I was only allowed to take my clothes. And then I loaded them up in my pickup. In my pickup, sheriff came back again and said I couldn't take the pickup because it was in both our names and she had a need for it, even though she had a pickup and a car. So I had to unload a pickup and stuff everything in a duffel bag, and that was it. I hitchhiked out with nothing, and I hated God, I hated life, everything, because I did the American dream, went to church every Sunday and, worked hard and everything, saved my money, was a good citizen and lost everything.
Everybody always talk about.
What is the point to get married nowadays when that's the outcome for most men when they get married? He did the right thing. He was providing, working every day just to make sure his wife is happy. That happy wife, happy life, that is bullshit. Because look at that dude's situation. This dude was busting his ass to make sure his wife was satisfied, and still that was not enough. He became homeless. Do you know how that's going to affect you as a man when you lose everything in a divorce and how can you really start over? You got nothing. It's going to be hard for you to start over. And this dude was a stepdad. Being a stepdad, man, is a thankless job. And I thought, I don't know if this video is old, but I didn't know dudes were still doing that nowadays, signing up to be a stepdad. I thought that was like a 90s thing. But to be a stepdad, man, sometimes that is a thankless job. That woman and her kids, they don't really care about you. You're just the help. You're doing all you can to make sure that wife and those kids that are not yours, you're doing all you can to make sure they're taken care of. But that kid that the wife got, you're never going to be her real dad. Even though if that dad is not in her life, she still loves that dad. That's going to be her number one, even though you're doing all the work trying to provide. If you want to, I don't know, man. It's just tough. Like, marriage is just such a risk. I'm not trying to say that I'm against marriage. Like, I'm for marriage if you can find a good woman. I'm all for it. But most men, we're not vetting these women properly, and we end up making mistakes by marrying the wrong women. You got to start thinking with this head instead of down there. You may feel like you want to wife somebody up because, the sex is good. If you take sex off the table, what is she bringing to the table for you? How is she as a person? Do not lead with just sex, man. Do not lead with sex.
building wealth and wealth killers. They always talk about overspending or a bunch of other things. But in my opinion, this is just from what I've seen. The number one killer of wealth for real is divorce.
Absolutely. I told you. Like I said, what I'm making now, I wasn't making that. I filed for divorce. Those last 2 years, I realized I was about to lose half of everything. I had to double my hustle. If I'm about to lose half of everything, you know,
so that's
everything. It don't matter if you've been married for look. And the sad thing about my situation is I got married, cost me maybe $500 to get married. I ain't even had no nice wedding. It was in somebody's backyard. Lost half of everything. Everything.
Like, bro, I've been saying this so many times with people, and I be like, I see why there's so many men. Not to say I agree with it, but I see there's a lot of men today that's like, I ain't getting married. I ain't never getting married because of that.
Yeah, everybody deserves somebody ultimately, you know. But the most dangerous people in this world, man or woman, with no financial literacy, that will destroy you. You just see it. Amazon packages, Target receipts, all these everybody eating crab boils every day. You wondering where all your money, you can't reinvest. All your money is gone.
What's the most common job of a woman that divorces her husband? In my experience, the most common job of a woman who divorces her husband is either a nurse. The infidelity rates are the highest among nurses. Teachers. There's a lot.
Yeah, I've been with I've hooked up with a lot of nurses, and they've told me that everyone's just hooking up with each other. A lot of cheating going on, so I would never take a nurse seriously. I don't care how good of a person she is. I ain't taking no nurse seriously, and I'm definitely not taking that chance on a nurse. So he's speaking facts. And this is a divorce lawyer, so he knows what he's talking about.
When it comes to teachers, because teachers are it's a predominantly female profession, so it's women who spend a lot of time with other women, and they spend a lot of that time talking about how much their husbands suck or men suck. But I think statistically the highest would be homemakers. Like homemakers, you know. I hesitate to use the term stay-at-home mothers because once a kid is like in the school years, like you're not like sitting at home like darning the socks and, you know, making elaborate meals and, you know, like it's usually, you know, like you're just not working.
Here are the top 3 professions that are
stay-at-home moms. Yeah, I've heard that too of other divorce attorneys talking about stay-at-home moms. They file at a high rate. They got all this free time and still they ain't happy. You're a stay-at-home mom, not really doing much except for taking care of the kids. And still you're not happy, but you signed up to be a stay-at-home mom. You wanted this life, but now you're not happy. Now you want to divorce this man. And this is how a lot of women come up on their husbands. When you're a stay-at-home mom and you've been out of work for about, let's say she wants to be a stay-at-home mom. She's been out of work for a couple of years, let's say 3 to 5 years. She is going to be entitled to alimony. She was out of the workforce for so long. She can tell the judge, yeah, my skills, I don't have those same skills like I used to before the marriage, and I need alimony. And they're going to give her alimony because she was out of work for that long. That is a trap. I felt like a lot of that's kind of a plan women do on men. You got these women who got degrees. You got women who got a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and they hit you with, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. Why the hell you want to be a stay-at-home mom now? You got all these degrees. Well, who's going to pay for your student loans? You're going to pay. When you get married to someone with all that debt and student loans, that's your debt too. So think long and hard. If you want to marry a woman with so much student loan debt, I knew a lawyer. I was hooking up with this lawyer, right? She went through a divorce and she had to move back in with her parents. So she lived in her parents' basement. She's 34 years old, a divorcee. She's a lawyer. Moved back home with her parents. She lived in her parents' basement and she owes $300,000 in student loans for law school. Yeah, that ended pretty quickly because I didn't really take her seriously. It was just a hookup. That was it. She went through a divorce and she was rushing to get married again. She was like, she's ready to settle down. I'm like, you just went through a divorce, but yeah, she was rushing to get married because she needs help paying off this debt. But that ended pretty quickly. I cut that off immediately. I hit it about 2 times and that was it. Didn't need to see her again.
Statistically most likely to cheat coming from a divorce lawyer. So, number 1, women in healthcare. So think nurses and surgeons and doctors. Number 2, teachers and education workers. And number 3, entrepreneurs and executives.
Gotta stay away from those nurses, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Do you feel comfortable getting married right now? Do you trust women right now? I'm not trying to say you got trust issues if you don't want to get married. It's just, you're looking out for yourself. Because no one's going to have your back except you. No one's going to love you unconditionally except your mom and family. That's it. If you think some woman you're going to meet is going to love you unconditionally, you're sadly mistaken. Your best bet is to just get a dog. They're going to love you unconditionally instead of a woman. Do you feel comfortable getting married right now? With this economy and the way the dating market is trash. Do you feel like putting all your faith into a woman right now and getting married? And even if you sign a prenup, sometimes they throw prenups out the window when you go through a divorce. When you make a woman sign a prenup, she got to sign that prenup 6 months before the wedding. It cannot be the day of or a week before the wedding. Because she could say, I was under duress. I didn't want to sign it. He made me sign it. So it's sad. It's kind of iffy because some prenups, they just throw out the window, man. But let me know what y'all think, man. Do you feel comfortable getting married right now? Peace.